Okay, Zatima fans. Now, remember how last week I really wasn't a fan of Zach and Fatima getting engaged given the circumstances of how it happened? I mean, look, in my opinion, I still stand on the, soapbox of I don't think it's the right time. I mean, some people have argued, well, Jeremy, that's the thing. People can get engaged and not have all the answers. I mean, to be honest, couples never have all the answers, but they just make it through life together one thing at a time. But the thing about it is, I mean, when you look at how Tyler Perry just continues to pile on the trash heap in terms of Zach's past and current BS, coming out of the woodworks, you would think that Fatima would kind of slow things down. And it doesn't help that she's constantly doubting Zach's level of commitment to her. Like I said, some people are like, well, Jeremy, how can you question Zach? Like, he proposed because it's the right time. But I'm like, but I'm not saying he wasn't pure with his intentions. And in Sistas, different universe, Fatima has mentioned several times about talking about moving in together. You ain't put no ring on this finger, and that was mentioned like maybe 2 or 3 times. But it just seems like the proposal only happened to prove to Fatima at that moment, look, about the whole Deja thing and, me and the whole, seeing you with Ian, that doesn't matter because I am committed to you and I want to show you I'm committed. That's my problem. It just feels like a scapegoat. I know some Zatima fans don't give a shit. Hey, best couple is engaged. Shut the hell up, Jeremy. I get that. But I'm more of it didn't feel earned. To me, you can feel how you feel, but to me personally, I think the engagement came too soon. But that's not the point of this video. The point is, will these two stay engaged? I'm not even trying to rush a wedding either. It's like, yo, we need a wedding by like season 3. No. They can be engaged. They don't need to rush it. But I remember yesterday, I was watching in the living room watching an episode of Andy Griffith with my mom, and it was the episode I think where Barney, what was the episode? Was it the citizen's arrest when Gomer calls citizen's arrest on Barney, and Barney's so pissed off because he doesn't want to write himself a ticket, so he decides to stay, what is it, like the 5 days in jail, as opposed to paying the fine for making an illegal U-turn in an emergency vehicle without it being an emergency. So by the end of the episode, it turns out that, because Barney wanted to resign, he gave Andy the paperwork to resign from being, deputy. But it turns out by the end of the episode, Barney had, submitted his resignation like 20 plus times. So I'm wondering, when it comes to this engagement, do you think it will get to the point where it will get called off one or more times? And that's why I said the engagement or the proposal doesn't feel earned, because of the fact that with Fatima constantly, are you still in love with Karen? How do I know there's not another woman you'll hook up with the minute you get mad at me or you get bored with me? And then the list goes on. Yes, some of these grievances are reasonable. Like, I can understand where Fatima's coming from. But when it constantly happens time after time after time after time, you got to wonder, okay, if Zach, has proposed and you accepted and there's still doubt on your side, what will Zach have to do to convince you that he is? Zach, are you sure you want me? What, will he have to pull a Gary and just make a surprise wedding, basically remembering every detail that Fatima has said off screen about it? I mean, and then even after you get married, what if there are doubts? What will Zach have to do then? I mean, the man bought you a car, moved you in with him. I don't know. But I just feel like the ring is going to come off her finger more than once. I would not be surprised if the engagement gets called off, or Fatima talks about how Zach, oh yeah, you always run back to your old habits when you're pissed off. She's going to take that ring off every time she starts to have doubts about them. Mark my words. Not to mention the fact that they're engaged now just shows that Tyler's probably going to throw even more bullshit their way. maybe more of Zach's exes from the past, maybe a couple of men trying to make a pass at Fatima, because let's be honest here, marriage don't mean what it used to. That's not to say there aren't some genuine couples out there in today's world, bless them, because, you know, I got a few friends, you know, I say, you know what, look, I kind of envy, because some people like said, you know, man, Jeremy, I envy you. You work for yourself. You're single. You ain't got kids. But on the flip side, I'm like, well, you know, I kind of envy you. I mean, you were younger, like, you know, maybe you married your high school sweetheart, or you met your, you know, your soulmate in college. I kind of wish I had that, because the dating pool now, it's like, yeah, it's hard as hell out here. It really is for single people. I can't really say that it's hard for me, because I just don't try, because I'm trying to, like I've said multiple times, personally speaking, I will feel more secure and confident in myself once I have my own place to live, as opposed to still being with my parents, or even back in even Lynchburg when I had an apartment with a roommate. It's like I'd rather have that stability before I date, to show, yeah, I have a good career. I'm making very good money, and I got a car that's paid off. I don't have a criminal record or anything like that. But I think the home is like the last thing I need to really feel like, okay, I'm ready to be in the dating world, to show I have something to offer. But that's to also be on the lookout for those who are just looking to take as opposed to give, you know, like a turn as Zach told Fatima, you know, you took my house and made it into a home, you know. So, but then again, even when I get a house, I'm in no rush to get married. I'll tell you that right now. But in any case, I think that when it comes to Zach and Fatima, yes, challenges are going to happen, but will that ring be able to withstand that? Like, will the ring stay on her finger? Will there be moments where it comes off, like they fight over it? It's going to happen. You can't tell me it's not. That's all I'm saying. So, with that being said, like and subscribe. Do you think Zach and Fatima's engagement can last, will last? And also, within the continuity of Sistas, when do you think these two will get engaged? Because they're already engaged in Zatima. I know it's different universes, but still, I still say that moment in the parking lot was the best moment. That felt more like an engagement proposal moment than Zach in the restaurant, because the whole Ian thing and all that stuff, that really screwed it up for me. So, thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.